my chair broke, so I don't have a good chair anymore.
broke.
Yeah. The left arm of my chair is now broken off.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
What happened? Was you raging?
No. It's just like it's like $110 chair.
Yeah.
But it's like you know when you like put your weight on the arm to get yourself up. Apparently the bolt, like the chair arm that it is, the bolt that's here that holds it in, snapped. God. So the bolt's there, but the plastic that it was like holding it to is gone.
Did you almost fell over and say, "Oh, you fell in the floor"? Or you caught yourself?
No, if I had fallen, I would have eaten my desk.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
You might want to stop that recording and start it again.
Oh, that would be great. It just edit it in.
That's fine. Okay, cool.
All right, guys. So I'm here today, Unchained, here with Sylarh. We are doing a new series on the podcast and channel, which is talking about animes, mangas, whatever, and going to have debates on like why this was great, why was that. It'll have some funny moments, maybe some heated moments.
And why it could have been better.
Yes, there's going to be a lot of that. I mean, let's just be honest. Everything could be better, but, you know.
I don't know. There's certain animes, like, I don't think Sword Art could have been any better.
He's right.
And that's an anime hot take because a lot of people hate
Sword
Art Online.
Why do y'all hate Sword Art Online? Like why?
I'll tell you why a lot of people hate it in the first season. The reason they hate it in the first season is because there's too many time skips for them to keep up with what's going on.
Oh.
Right? Because it's like episode 1,
it's
like this thing, and then it's like 6 months later, Kirito's already level 40, and some shit's going down that they're like, how did we get from, I'm going to go learn the level, to Kirito's broken as shit already?
Yeah, that kind of does make sense, you know, I guess, but then again, I guess they kind of covered it up when it was like, oh yeah, I was a beta tester. He was a beta tester. I was just like,
he's a beater.
What the fuck? A beater?
A cheater and a beta tester.
Yeah, really? That's what that stood for?
Yeah. Oh, that's what a beater is.
What the fuck? I never understood that. But sorry.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, literally, I did not even know that. But today's topic is going to be Mushoku Tensei, or Jobless Reincarnation. And I'll be 100% honest with you. I have friends, including Sylarh here, who's like, you should watch this. It's actually good. The story and composition. But he knows that I'm more of like dark, gore, blood, or just straight up fighting anime. Hence that I love JJK. But we ain't going to talk about that because...
That's a whole nother podcast that's 4 hours long.
He's not lying. Like, I'm going to probably delete every game on my PC just to save space for it. But anyways.
Well, let's be fair. The manga discussion is 4 hours long. Yeah. The anime could be covered in an hour because, like, so far nothing in the anime's gone like awry. Mm-hmm. Aside from, it's not Mojito. Who's the guy with the volcanic top?
Jogo.
Like, the only thing that's really discussionable over the first 2 seasons of JJK is Sukuna versus... What's his name again?
Jogo.
Yeah. I'll forever forget it because his character is just meaningless to me. Like, the Mojito matters, and I can't remember the name of the
Hanami.
wood chick.
Hanami.
Is that Hanami? The wood chick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hanami.
I thought Hanami was the dude that got lost his upper half at the end of season 2.
No, that's Nanami.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm bad with the names in JJK because too many of them sound similar.
Oh boy.
But the first 2 seasons of JJK, that's an easy 20-minute discussion because the only thing that matters is the end of season 2. The rest of it was just kind of build up that it got you involved in the characters, but shit really didn't go south until the end of season 2.
Exactly.
But if we're going to get on topic of Jobless Reincarnation, because I will butcher the other name of it. What?
Mushoku Tensei.
Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah.
I'll butcher that 85 times before I ever get it right.
If you guys don't know, he's more of a dub guy, and I'm more of a sub. I'm a sub.
So, I'm a dub guy because I like to watch anime while playing my video games. I like to have
the
ability... I don't have to see the anime to know what's going on in the anime, so long as I can hear what's going on.
Very reasonable.
And it's like, if I spoke Japanese or Korean in some cases, like with Solo Leveling, because it's not a manga, it's a manhwa.
Yeah, manhwa. Yeah.
Manhwa.
Yeah.
So, like, in those cases, like, if I spoke Korean or Japanese, I wouldn't even watch it in sub, I'd just watch it.
Yeah.
But it's like, the situation that I have, like, so, and I'll preface this, because I don't know which one came first. I'd have to look it up. But there's a book series called The Beginning After the End.
I think I heard of that.
I've told you about it before.
Yeah, it's like a famous series.
Yeah, it's a book series by an author called Turtle Me. I don't know what his real name is, but that's what he goes by author-wise. His series is available on Tapas. I recommend reading it, or you can go on Audible and get the books there. And it's Travis Baldry that narrates it on Audible. It's a fantastic series. There's, I think, 10 or 11 books out now for it. It's fantastic. But that Beginning After the End series and Jobless Reincarnation are almost a one-to-one copy with not so much the events, but the main character's development. We'll change that, because the main character in the book isn't a pervert. Whereas in Jobless Reincarnation, the main character is just, at least in the first season and half of season 2, well, not even really in season 2. He's not as bad as a pervert, because he's just heartbroken because he got laid and then,
bitch. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then he just kind of like, my heart is torn out. She slept with me and left me in the morning. Like, I mean,
smash or pass, bro. Keep on going. Just go on with your business, man. Just go on with your business.
You show me a guy in his ages from 20 to 40 that don't want a girl to smash, then leave and not say shit. If you're a single person and you're not looking for a relationship, you show me one guy between the ages of 20 and 40 that didn't just like straight up go, cool, there's the door, don't let it hit you on your way out.
Yeah,
and this dude just straight up got his virginity lost, and she left. I guess that's where like the hard part comes in for him.
Yeah, that shit. It was just savage, because I was just like, when you get to season 2, it's just like, he was like worshiping some hands. I was like, the fuck happened? And he was like, oh, my first love, I lost my virginity. I said, there's someone, what? Like, dude, like, are you really? I was just like, okay. It's kind of hard too about Jobless Reincarnation. Like he said, that the age gap, like the character is like what, 12, 15 now.
The character was 13 when he lost his virginity.
Yeah, so he's 13.
Now let's preface this correctly, right? Right, because the normal age of marriage in Japan is 16.
I did not know that.
Right, the legal age of consent in Japan is 16. Now, in some parts of Japan, and this will come down to the area, it is 18 to be considered an adult, but in most places in Japan, it's 16 for the legal age of consent. So it's like, and prearranged marriages and everything of that start talking in conversation around the age of 10. So, and the further back you go in time in Japan, the younger it gets. Mm-hmm. And the closer knit it is. And it's like, here's where it'll get really, really weird for a lot of people, because like, he's Rudius Grey Rat, and she what was her name again? Eris?
Yeah, Iris.
Iris or Eris? I think it was Eris. It's Eris Grey Rat, right?
Yeah.
They're distant cousins. Now, there's a fact of the matter in that it's like, first and second cousins in Japan will often be married together to keep the wealth of the family within the family. It's weird over here in
America, the land of the free.
Yeah, it's weird over here, but it's not as... It's more common in Japan in the wealthier families. So we're talking about the top 1%er of families over there versus like the average over here. So you have to take that with that grain of salt, thought process wise. It's like, yeah, it might come off as weird to you, and it definitely should feel weird to you being in America. But it's not a a bad thing in Japan, and don't take it to heart the way that you would take it to heart over here. Because if it was American writers, those characters would be 17, 18, not 13, 15 in that regard, because like we have a different law structure.
So pretty much like he summarized and said, the character is basically 13, but the real person is what?
Oh, him? He's in his 30s.
Yeah, so he's 30. So technically, if you think about it...
Which makes it even way worse.
Yeah, technically, if you think about that, that's pedophilia, but we're not going to go in there because somehow they can get away with that and animate
because
it.
It's not pedophilia, right? And I'll fight this on a tooth and nail in that front, because it's like, it's body-wise versus mentality, right? We're talking about an isekai, right? True. We're not talking about like a character born, because like if this character just existed, they didn't do the isekai side of it, you wouldn't have this second thought of it being weird. True. Right? Because even though his mind has the mind of a 30-year-old from another world, he's not got the mind of a 30-year-old. He's got the mind of a, infant to the age of 15, 16 where he's at in current anime. So it's like, yeah, he's got that aspect of it, but he also is dealing with like the hormones of being a prepubescent teen going into adulthood again.
Man, can you imagine that, guys? I bet that dude was like jacking his magic wand off like all across the place. But anyways, we're gonna get more back on topic. You guys,
you know what, Japan? I need you to get on something here.
Hey, that's him.
I need you to get on something here.
That's him. Right? That's not me. This is the podcast. That's him. Y'all see that guy, right?
Yeah, this guy over here. I need y'all to get on something. Stop isekaiing the character to be the same sex. I would, because if me personally, if I ever get reincarnated, I hope I get reincarnated into a female's body with my memories of being me now. Because the one thing I've never understood in all of these isekai animes that are out, or mangas that are out, it's like, why are they immediately isekai'd into being the same gender?
And hence why Sword Art Online is MVP for that category, and of course a lot of other things. We are getting so off topic. You know what? We should just make this about Sword Art Online.
Let's make it about it. This first podcast about any anime.
Yeah.
But like you think about jobless reincarnation as a sense, right? It's like you look at a few things that happened in that anime that really pissed me off. Was like, through all of his character development, he made the same mistake multiple times.
He did. That dude got on my nerves. He like, it wasn't it like almost kind of like always towards near death.
In a sense, right? Like you go back to season 1.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, oh, well, wait a minute. We'll let them fight, almost lose, then go in and save them. Only for the kid to be thrown to a tree in half.
I'm telling you, it really caught me off guard when I saw how brutal that was. And I was like, okay. Yeah. I was like, you did it again, Rudius. You're a punk ass bitch. But anyways, I mean...
Then he's fighting a Hydra that kicked their ass in season 2. Spoiler for those that have not fully watched season 2 yet, which if you haven't, I don't know what to tell you at this point. It's been months. You've had months to watch it, and if you're watching this podcast and have no idea what happens in season 2, stop here and go watch it, then come back. But in season 2, mid-fight of the Hydra in the last 3 episodes, he distracts himself. We can do this, we can win, only to get his father killed. The same shit he did in season 1. Right? Where he was just like, oh, we'll wait for them to be in deep trouble, and then we'll step in and save them, where they should have just stepped in to save them then, because they knew the kids couldn't beat that fucking snake. Because it was a cobra, right?
Yeah.
Right? They knew that, like, Ruger knew the kids couldn't beat it. Mm-hmm. And Rudius is just like, no, wait. We'll be the heroes. Just hold on. It'll be okay. Just wait.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of characters out there that are annoying, but Rudy is actually. You gotta give credit to the author. He actually made Rudy is like the worst piece of shit ever. Like as a kid,
he is.
Can you imagine being a kid and you just everybody, your what people your age, your parents are like you're a piece of shit. Like just hence spoilers, getting killed. His dad,
Yeah.
zoning out in space.
Yeah, I honestly thought, because, like, now I've not read the manga.
Yeah,
right?
Same here. We have not. It could be totally different in the manga, but who knows? It's really popular.
I've not read the manga, but there's the... I literally thought it was going to be... what's her name? It's not Ruby.
It's we're trying to think. We're trying to think of their name. It's a lot.
The second wife. His teacher.
Oh God! I know, bruh. I know who she. I know you're talking about too. She has purple hair and everything.
It's blue hair.
Blue hair. What is her name? Do we have to just Google this? Like on our phone?
Don't worry. I got this.
Hold up. Damn, that's sad. This is sad. We actually have to Google this. But it's been months though. Give us some credit, okay? It's been months.
It's been about 3 weeks.
Basically a month.
But what is it? It's jobless reincarnation. Here we go. Character.
I feel like her name ends in an AS. That's what I'm thinking. She's like a water mage or water.
It's Roxy.
Yeah, Roxy.
I know it started with an R.
Okay.
Because like every single freaking character that's important starts with an R. Ruger, Roxy, Rudius.
What? I did not even pay attention to that.
There's a common thing in it, but yeah, Roxy, right? Like I thought Roxy was gonna die in the last 2 episodes. I didn't think it was gonna be Paul that died. I thought it was gonna be Roxy, and the reason I thought this is because like they had that epic moment where he saved her, right? And then, like, he's in that moment, in that fight against the Hydra, trying to save his mom. Mm-hmm. And, like, it relied on him and Roxy to be the ones hitting the Hydra heads after they were decapitated to kill them off. And it would only make sense that, like, I would have thought Roxy would have died there. Again, not reading the manga, not knowing what goes on. I thought it was going to be Roxy that died there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until, and I'm tired of animes doing this, and I will tell you this, I will tell everybody this.
He's tired. He's tired of shit.
I'm tired of animes doing the same thing that every movie does, where they give a character the last speech.
That is true.
Right, because the second Paul gave that whole speech, even if it kills you, save your mother, I knew Paul was dying. Like, I knew somebody was dying in the last couple episodes
Traditional movie.
Jobless of Reincarnation. I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect it to be Paul until he gave that speech. And I'm just like, why? Don't give him that speech. They could have easily done the whole fight sequence of them beating the Hydra and Paul dying, and then Rudius having a flashback of that speech.
Yeah.
Right, the speech doesn't need to happen before the character dies.
Exactly.
Because the character dying, like, the second, like, you as the viewer, you watch something and somebody goes and gives off this speech in this impossible task. You're like, well, he ain't making it out of that.
No, he's not.
That's it. He's dead. He's dying. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
They always do that. I don't know why. It is very repetitive. Like, I would rather the guy who's dying.
The shock factor to happen. The person dies.
Yeah.
And then you get the flashback speech later, because then at least you're you're not knowing it's happening.
And see, and this is going to be off topic too, but an anime that actually does that really well that I watched was Summertime Rendering. Granted, it's only a 1 season. It did a phenomenal job of like, he doesn't know that he's already doing it, and then next thing you know, he's dead, and it's like, flashback, how did I get up to here? And then it goes back to the present. Love that.
Yeah.
They could have did it like Summertime Rendering, because like, it would have been like, dang, he dead? Flashback, what the hell happened?
Yeah, like in that sense, it's like I don't need to get the information beforehand because like if you're an experienced anime movie watcher or anything else of the sort, you know the heroic last speech, right? We can go as far back as like Deep Blue Sea with Samuel Jackson, where he's like going, and I swore I'd never tell this story, but we're gonna make it out of here alive. Shark.
Pretty much.
Right? Like it's that last heroic speech doesn't need to happen prior to the character's death because it makes the character's death less meaningful. Because you already know what's going to happen. If you already know what's going to happen, what difference does it make? Mm-hmm. It's no longer like this was a significant turning point for this character's development because it's not making Rudius development. The only thing it served to do was make Rudius polyamorous to where he now has 2 wives.
Yep, he's poly, so I mean, hey, he's living the best of both worlds, though. I mean, you're at that age with hormones. You got 2 wives. Granted.
And he's still not 18.
He's still not 18. This dude
is 17 at this point. Dude, 2 wives, 17.
17, 2 wives, rich, pimping it out, man. But he's still dumb as shit.
I wouldn't say he's dumb as shit.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say he's dumb as shit. I would say the biggest problem he has at that point is because he's reincarnated.
Yeah.
That he has that whole, like, video game persona of like the main character who just gets to save everyone.
That's what I mean by dumb as shit. Try to save everyone, like wait to the last minute, or just like he spaces off. Like, why would you space off in a critical moment every time? Oh, what's her name? She does the same thing, and then she always acts shy. Like season 2,
Are we talking about Jobless Reincarnation still?
Yeah. Just what's her name?
You talking about Sophia?
Yeah.
His first wife?
The green-haired one, right?
Yeah, she's gray hair currently because serving the apprentice or whatever.
Man, I felt like season 2 was a whole bunch of wasted fucking minutes just on that. Because I'm just like, I don't like.
Yeah, we already had that whole she's a guy situation in season 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like she's a guy, and it's just like, I don't really give like he's not even. Oh yeah, by the way, right? He couldn't have a boner because apparently he was.
Oh yeah, erectile dysfunction at the age of like fucking 13, 14.
Oh, that's not funny, but it's just like, damn, dude, like.
I got laid once. Now I can't get hard again.
Yeah, like it's like the funniest, wackiest thing. But like that whole season was just wasted just on them. Like there was literally like 4 or 5 like episodes.
I think it was closer to 10.
Yeah, and I'm just like this every episode.
Because I think it was episode 11 that they were in that cave wet together, and like she tried to reenact that first situation.
No offense, if they just would have maybe did like 2 or 3 episodes and then lead up to that one episode one day that she tries to like, hey, it's me. Perfect. Absolutely perfection. But no, they didn't do that. Oh, let me be shy. Let me run away. I was just like, if you don't fucking tell him that it's me.
See, I don't know if that's the way that it plays out in the manga because I kind of like read up on the wiki of things. I don't think it played out that long in the manga. But I understand why they're doing it in that sense. And it's like it's the same thing as like any political agenda of anything where it's like they want the main characters to question their sexuality, whether they be straight, gay, bi, trans, whatever it may be, because they want to appeal to like the whole mass of people. And I get it. It's like for me and you being straight men, like was it needed? No. But for like other people that might be in that same age bracket of those characters that are going through that whole situation of like I'm kind of attracted to men and I'm a guy, but I also feel like I'm a woman. Like
trying to figure yourself out. Yeah, trying to figure yourself out.
I get why they kind of went through that whole situation. Like it's one of those things where it's like you want to appeal to the whole mass, not just a niche group. And it's like season 1 appealed to the niche group, right? Like it's that whole like perverted 13, 14, 15-year-old sense of like, hey, I'm gonna steal these women underwear. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It's like all perverted through that sense, which appealed perfectly to the average 13-year-old male. And I specify male in the sense of male not identified as, but male that's just like, I'm into chicks and I want to see women's panties and boobs. Like that's that sense.
See, let's talk about that real quick. One thing I hate in animes that was funny is that JJK actually switched it up to me was every character that's a little bit horny or something. Oh, I'm into boobs. I'm into panties, and it's just like,
what's his name? Toja?
No, what? Todo? Yeah, it's Todo and Yuji were like the only two people that was like, yeah, I'm into women that like with big asses. I was like, those are the real MVPs. Don't get me wrong. I mean, y'all have your preferences, but I'm sorry, but I'm more of an ass guy.
I'm with you there, brother. I'm with you there.
Because it's so repetitive. It's like, well, he's chasing after boobs. He wants to touch this. Like, have we ever seen an anime that actually said, wow, that character has ass? Did you see the new cover for How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
No, see, I'm a little mad with How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon.
Did you see the cover of it?
I have not.
If you guys gotta look at the cover of it. She's actually, look it up. I want to see your reply. Look it up.
Well, the season, is it for the manga or the season?
The season, the anime. It's
which is season 5, right?
Yeah.
Or season 4?
Yeah, you should look at the cover of it because I don't know who, I need to catch up on it because I used to love that show until it took forever for them to animate. But yeah.
Season 5 cover.
Yeah, it's that woman in purple. Now, I like my
images.
Women. Now, this let me just go ahead and say this.
So the one that I see is just some girl in a field.
Oh, dang, was it 4? It's a new. Let me see. We're having a little break. We're trying to find how to pick up girls in dungeon.
Or are you referring to that cover where it's just tits everywhere?
No. Just tits everywhere.
It's not really. I can't make it like appear.
You gotta bring it up to the camera.
Right? It's not really. But it's like, it's nothing but cleavage.
That junk is so funny. What it? I know I saw it on Twitter. See, this is one thing. Maybe I got it bookmarked in Twitter, but it's basically what I'm trying to get at to you guys is that it actually shows a female character that's actually got both. But yeah.
But I mean, didn't half the characters in that have both?
No, not really.
So we
Hestia
know...
was just.
Yeah, but I mean, when Hestia turned around, and even the chick that did the like I think the only character that wasn't busting out of both their pants and their shirt was
wasn't it
Backpack Girl? What? I can't think of her name, but the girl that like betrayed him in the season where she like tried to get him killed so she could steal his money to go try and buy her freedom.
True.
That's the only character I think inside of that entire anime that doesn't have like her tits and ass busting out of her pants and shirt.
For real. I believe.
But I mean, Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon is a fan service anime.
Ugh.
But I'm mad at that anime because it really feels like, and again, I don't know which came first in the manga between Hunter x Hunter and Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls, but like the whole Chimera Ants arc, and then like season 4 where it's like, hey, these monsters are developing like sentience. It's like it felt like they were a direct copy to copy. Hey, we can't kill them off because they're sentient and they're starting to feel and everything else. Like it felt like it was a direct copy, and I was like a little annoyed with it. It's like, why would you go the same route that Hunter x Hunter did? Like it made sense in Hunter x Hunter because it wasn't like the dungeon solely exists to gain experience and money. Mm-hmm. And Hunter x Hunter was like, this is the world we live in. This is the, like, if shit goes south here, it goes shit south for everyone in the world. Mm-hmm. Whereas in Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, it's like the dungeon doesn't exit into the real world.
True.
Right? Granted, you die in the dungeon, you die in real life. Mm. But, like, the Minotaurs don't come out and start ransacking towns.
True.
Right? Oh, maybe I'm wrong about that because there was that all those beasts brought out for that party, for that hunt festival. I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
Yeah, there's just so many animes that you try to understand, but you have to rewatch it. Like,
but I mean, it's the concept of like trying to bring political agenda in.
Yeah.
That you come into that, right? Because it's like, hey, monsters have feelings. Monsters are people too. True. And it's like that was the Chimera Ant arc season for Hunter x Hunter.
I might just rewatch it all over again.
Hunter x Hunter was fantastic.
I'll be honest with you. A lot of animes with power systems and fighting, Hunter x Hunter is. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's always gonna be number one because it's just I feel like it really kind of balanced out like everything. It did. I was just trying to.
I don't know. I always think power systems are bullshit in anime.
True.
Right, like you take the animes, you go as far back as Dragon Ball, Naruto, or anything else of the sort where there's like that power scaling into it. It's like it never makes logical sense, right? Because like you go back to Dragon Ball, right? The highest power level on Earth during Dragon Ball is maybe 400 at the end of Dragon Ball. Mm-hmm. And that's like when Goku is fighting Piccolo Jr. Mm-hmm. Right? When Goku's now in his teens, getting ready to marry Chi-Chi in that sense. Right? Then you get into Dragon Ball Z, it's like, cool, these characters have like a 400, 500 power level. And it's like, they fight Raditz who has a 1200. And then immediately after that, Goku comes back with a power level over 9,000, which in the manga it's 8. I know a lot of people will give me shit on that, but in the manga it's 8. But it's 9,000 in the anime. And then it's like, he beats Nappa in 2 punches, but suddenly Vegeta's got a power level of like 18,000. And then he goes into Uzaru form and he's at like 24,000. And Goku, Gohan, and Krillin, and Yajirobe managed to beat him. But the second you get to Namek, it goes from like 20,000 to 1,000,000 real fucking quick.
That's what I'm saying. It's just crazy. Like
power scaling, numerical wise, never makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? But it also never makes sense in things like when you look at Fairy Tail, when you have Natsu, like use the same 3 abilities that didn't work the first 10 times he used it, and suddenly on the 11th time he used it, it worked.
Yeah, exactly.
Power scaling never makes a whole lot of sense in that regards, which is why I think like Jabba's reincarnation kind of makes a lot of sense. Like he's broken in his power level, but he's not like, it's not a numerical value where he's just like 1,000,000 times stronger than everyone else. Mm-hmm. Right? He trained from the age that he can start learning to read. Eventually started blowing shit up when he was like 6 and got trained. It's a
really well thought out, like it really truly is. Like it's making us like the readers be like, okay, well he's reincarnated, okay, now we're living through like how he got to become so dang powerful at like a way younger age rather than an older age. They really did do a good job with that. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, dang, okay, we're taking baby steps, spells, like Sylarh said, blowing up stuff.
Yeah, because he went from being able to like drop a water ball out of his hand a bunch of times to eventually destroying half of his fucking house.
He literally does. I mean, if I was his kids, I would have beat his ass. He'd go, whoa, we gotta edit that out. Definitely gotta edit that out.
There's no editing. This is a podcast.
Yeah, it's a podcast, but it's going to be okay. We do so. I don't know if you guys don't know, but
he don't have no kids. He ain't beating no kids' ass.
I'm not, but if you know,
the closest thing he's gonna get pregnant is his fucking left hand.
Exactly. If you know African American parents, they don't play. Other people's parents either don't play, but black people's parents, sometimes will be quick to just brutally say it and then beat you at the same time, then take you home, and then you grounded for like forever.
I'm going in close to my 40s, and I grew up getting my ass beat. And that made me more respectful to a lot of people. Because I don't cry when my iPad gets no power.
True. Speaking of that, parenting in animes. Jobless reincarnation. It was crazy when Paul just like slapped he slapped the shit out of his own kid. I said, what just? I said, ain't that child abuse? What do you
mean child abuse? They in the like the freaking medieval times. They ain't even got power yet.
Well, some magician need to roll up. What the magician child services need to roll up out there.
Magician child services.
I mean, he was getting his ass beat, red face, and what made it more eerie was like, oh, I know Paul is doing this. Let me just keep smiling through it. You know, I was like, this. That's when I was like, okay, I see what Sylarh was talking about, questioning if they gay or not, which is nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, why is he? I took it that way because 30-year-old man, he's thinking in a kid's brain, and it's just like, if you guys just progressively watch over and over, you then start to see what we're talking about.
See, though, I think like in that aspect of it though is like right. His consciousness is only there like 40% of the time.
Yeah.
Right? Because you think about it, it's like, and the anime makes a very good distinction between voices, right?
Yeah.
Because the voice actor that handles the older gentleman in the back versus Rudius, it's two different voice actors.
Yeah.
Right? So like most of the time Rudius is in like the consciousness of being a 6-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 15-year-old person, whereas like this person never changes, right? It's always the same line of thought processing, right? And it's like you also think about it in that regard. He became a shut-in in like when he was a teen, right? Because he got humiliated in high school.
Yeah, you should see it, guys. Well, didn't they made him go naked or something?
They like crucified him on a gate and made him naked.
Yeah, in high school.
Yeah.
What high school? Did your high school do that? See, he's from up north, guys. I'm like, Michigan, right?
No.
Really?
No.
You're actually born?
When I went to high school, I was in New Jersey.
Well, he's basically from up north, and I'm from the south. I never heard someone like bully to a kid.
That don't happen very often.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, where did he get this idea?
You're thinking Americanized. And it's like, and it's a whole...
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm not thinking Americanized. I'm just like, I wondered if we over here have done that.
Oh, I'm sure there.
Because you don't really hear it on the news, though.
No, the only part you hear on the news is like when the bullied kid goes fucking ape shit and shoots up the school.
America.
You never hear the amount of bullying and bullshit that went into the kid before he lost his fucking biscuits. You only hear that he lost his fucking biscuits and shot up the school. Like that's a 2-part problem that I don't think needs to be covered here. That could be a whole different like discussion, because it's like it falls down on 3 separate things in that regard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. It has to do with the education system failing the mass.
Mm-hmm.
It has to do with parents failing their children in this day and age due to the amount of technology that is like, instead of raising your kid and taking your kid places and doing things, you just put them in front of a tablet with Netflix and have a great day.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the third part of it is also the accessibility to firearms that a kid has these days. Right? And I'll blame parents in this regard of it. It's like, great. I don't have an issue with gun control. I don't have an issue with like people owning guns. Guns don't kill people. I don't care who the fuck you are. I don't care what the fuck you think. Guns don't kill people. I will never put a gun on a table and it will just pop up and shoot someone.
Mm-hmm.
Guns do not kill people. People kill people. Right? So it becomes that accessibility where it's like parents have own firearms, whether it be an AR-15 or a pistol or anything else of the sort. They own them and they don't properly maintain them to keep them out of reach of a person whose hormones are going 2 million miles an hour. Right?
Has there ever been, now you think about it, name one anime that is exactly what all you just said. I'm trying to think of it. I feel like I've seen an anime that is literally everything that he just said. I know it. I've seen it. I probably done watched it many times. I feel like I've seen an anime that does that. That has done that.
I mean, but that's case in point in any aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
And it's like I won't get into too much detail outside of anime in this particular podcast, but it's like you think about hormones, right? When is the person most vulnerable? During their hormones, right? From the ages of like 12 to 18, right? Because you're in that age bracket that you don't feel like you could talk to your parents about the fact that you're now 12 and you're starting to get a hard on, or you're starting to get periods and you're starting to be attracted to the opposite sex. You don't communicate that shit to your parents. You don't feel like you could trust your parents to the point of being able to have that conversation to learn what needs to be done. You don't. You don't have that thought process. You don't get that process until you're in your 20s.
True.
Male or female. And even then, it's like you don't really start to develop, like, it's not until you get way older that you start thinking back. It's like, man, if I just had a fucking conversation about this shit to somebody that I felt like I could have trusted, that it would have changed my entire outlook on life as I was younger. Right? And this is again why I go into like the educational system failing. Right? The educational system fails 90% of children. Whether it's religious schooling or public education, right? And even private education. All those systems are doomed to fail because they're generalized education. They're not educating you to your needs. They're educating the mass, hoping that the mass gets that information and processes it properly.
Yeah.
Right? It's a whole... It's a problem no matter where you go in the United States. I won't speak on England, Japan, or anywhere else. I don't know their educational systems. I don't know how they work. But I will tell you the American education system is failing 90% of the youth. I mean, it's like, and your next greatest teacher is what? Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max?
Pretty much.
Amazon Prime? Those are your educational systems? And those fucking fail even worse.
Yeah.
Like, I don't... Like, not to get off super fucking topic, but...
Oh, we've been super off topic.
But I could literally go on for hours about shit.
Very passionate. Very passionate.
Because we have a failing system, right? We have a media that teaches racism, right? We have a media that teaches sexual dominance.
Speaking of that, there's two mangas. Well, one's a light novel, and the other one is...
Mangas are just as bad with racism and sexual dominance. Let's talk.
This is supposed to be anime.
Yeah, let's go on anime and everything.
It's anime manga related, but he's just very passionate about school systems. So he's not lying. They really do suck in America. Trust me.
I want somebody to show me an anime that has a leading black character.
There is no... Wait.
Don't worry.
No.
Wait. Don't worry.
Is it cartoon,
I'll
though?
wait.
Is it cartoon, though? It's not considered an anime, though?
What?
Afro Samurai. Isn't that considered cartoon?
That's an anime.
Okay, well...
It's an old school anime.
Yeah, that's probably like the only one.
Okay. But let's... An Afro Samurai. Tell me that's not a stereotypical comedy anime.
It is. The characters, the way they act, the way they reply, it does give off, stereotypical, black people vibes.
Huh?
Don't take this down YouTube, okay? We're not doing racism or anything. We're just talking about school systems. But anyways.
In anime alone, let's look at Naruto. What's the two main black characters in that? Right?
Yeah, Ray Kage and Killer Bee?
Yeah, Killer Bee.
Killer Bee was cringe. He was very cringy.
Ray Kage, the strongest black character you've ever seen in any anime. Right? Because any other one of them just gets their ass kicked. Go to Bleach. The one black guy in there got his ass beat.
True.
Right? Now, there's the argument that Chad is black because he's like super tanned, always like almost like he's mixed, right? But like he's a tan Chad.
Tan Chad.
I don't like.
Speaking of that, of characters, did you see the new Bleach episode?
I'm not starting season 3 because I'm waiting for there to be more than one episode.
Are you? Yeah, I ain't gonna spoil it for you then. I mean, granted, we both read it, but I'm not gonna spoil it.
Yeah, I've read all the way up to the ending. Well, I don't know if I read to the so I read the whole manga because I think the manga is where we are now with the 1,000-Year Blood War, right?
Yeah, you're still in the manga.
Right, the manga was the whole point of like finding out that his mom was a Quincy. I'm over here thinking Rishi because that's what they use is the Rishi. Mm-hmm. But like his mom was a Quincy, his dad was a Soul Reaper. It makes sense, huh?
I said Reishi.
Reishi. Apologies.
Dumb guy. Some guy. Oh boy.
And he wonders why he's never successful at video games. Just kidding.
It's true. Well, I used to be good in Battlefield, but I gave up on that game. It's too much work.
Nani?
It's too much click.
Nani?
Well, that and you're playing like right-handed mouse with the left hand, so you can move with your right hand because of your injury.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Let's see this shit. Can we get a better angle on that?
Let's see. Yeah. We get lean in it. You guys see that? That's called not listening to people who care and love for you in a relationship.
That's called crazy exes. Not crazy ex-girlfriends, just crazy exes, because men and women are the same being crazy.
Yes.
No sexism there.
Yes. Oh, man.
His just happened to be a crazy ex-girlfriend that sliced him up, but they're, in general, crazy exes. That's not a stab. That's a slice, dude. You cut from here to, like, your freaking armpit.
They had to cut up that high.
Wait, so you just got stabbed?
Yeah.
I thought she sliced you from, like, here to here.
No.
What?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys know, but...
Jumping topics.
I went to school for exercise science, so I'm going to try to explain it to you guys in the simplest way as possible. So a lot of people don't know your arm right here, right? You have nerves, and you have veins, and you have tendons. So if you were to get directly, like, cut, like, stabbed through, it snaps. So one would go all the way up in your arm this way, and it would go that way. Because your arm is kind of like a rubber band. You know, when you fully stretching it out, you do feel tension pulling this way and that way. You know, you ever notice that? Like, just like you're stretching, you see how, like, when you lift up, like, there is pulling, and then down here it's kind of like pulling, it's keeping it.
Yeah.
That's how your muscles are and your veins are. But when someone stabs it, it's like a snap. It's just everything just goes back towards its original spot.
So this whole scar that you have from like your armpit
from
to
the doctors
your bicep.
Cutting up all the way up there to grab that vein and nerve to pull it all the way back down, hold it there, and grab the vein and nerve up here. Well, since she cut it like right there, I guess it just stopped right there. Like it's sad. So they had to cut all the way up there to grab those nerves up here and then boop, sew them back together.
But you still don't have full grip strength.
No, I mean, after 3 whole years, I can probably have a lot more grip strength now.
Bro, you need to get a stress ball and just keep.
I could just do that at work.
Stress ball.
It's true. Yeah, work is annoying.
Like that's the one thing about the human body. They've already reattached everything, so you have the ability to get there. It's now just rebuilding the muscle.
Yeah, I've been doing that. Like sometimes I've been sitting there doing that.
Get a little stress ball.
Yeah, like you can feel. I can now feel like muscle just building up back there. But yeah, sorry to go off topic, but that's just how the human body works with like muscles and stuff like that. But speaking, let's talk about some adult animes and mangas right now. Now,
we're not talking about Tumix.
Yep,
we're talking about animes.
And we're not. And surprisingly, I feel like we're not going to talk about one that's kind of like famous here and there. It always pops up, which is Berserk. We're not talking about that.
Oh god, that's my wife's favorite anime.
Berserk is raw.
Favorite.
Berserk is raw. You gotta tell the experience. You gotta tell.
All right, so
you gotta listen to this.
So we didn't watch Berserk show. We watched Berserk 1, 2, and 3 movies. Right? The first 2 movies were fantastic. And then the third one happens. And that rape scene near the end of the third movie was enough for my wife to be like, oh, they finally showed dick and ass. Oh, no, this is bad. Like, you have to understand, like, from the male aspect of it, you show tits all day long, we're happy. We are.
Pretty much.
Right?
We're men, we're simple.
Female side of things that are, like, attracted to the male type, they're like, well, it's great. We see every anime character shirtless. How come we never see penis? And that's the thought process of it, right? Because, like, you think about it, like, yeah, abs and good chest will turn a girl on, but it's like, if, like, realistically, you find a girl that watches any type of porn, and I mean this in that sense. You find any woman that watches male and female porn. If that dude had, like, you know, a pinky dick, she's gonna flip the channel, right?
Oh boy!
Like, the women that watch in that sense, like, you don't want the fucking donkey dick in that regard.
If you guys seen the show Black Dynamite, it's like the first episode. Like, it literally shows like how long his thing was. Why the guy like called and say, "I need your help, Black Dynamite, to come save the world."
But it's like it's that thought process, and it's like, but it's like the way that played out. She's like, "Hey, finally, male penis in a thing," but all it was like a little black cylinder on the anime. And she's like, yeah, it incentivizes it, but it's also like the worst rape scene you'll ever see. It's like watching episode 1 of Goblin Slayer.
Boy, speaking of voice acting, phenomenal voice acting from her. Phenomenal voice acting.
From what, Goblin Slayer?
Yes, that first. It always... That, so two animes and episodes that stuck with me due to like horror screaming, because you guys know I like blood, guts, and gore, is...
That's right, watch Chainsaw Man.
Yes, I'm a huge...
Because I'm going to tell you flat out, the Chainsaw Man storyline is garbage. If it wasn't for the blood, guts, and gore, that anime would have nothing going for it.
For real. Speaking of Chainsaw Man, like, I'll probably say Chainsaw Man is one of the most wildest, but, like...
That's just because he hasn't seen Elfen Lied.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen that. It was one of the wildest / like, I guess to me...
12 or 13 episodes. If you haven't watched Elfen Lied for gore, you're missing out.
Oh, I gotta watch it then. I gotta watch it. I'm definitely gonna watch it on my days off from work, so we can have more content to talk about with you guys. But yeah, if you guys haven't read Chainsaw Man, the manga, the character literally gets a hand job. And you know, he has some bottle of lotion on his hand. The character, she had a bottle of lotion on her hands.
That's not a bottle of lotion.
It was lotion. We trying to keep this PG-13, you know, maybe some good children.
First of all, we have flat out talked about boobs, dicks, and curse. There's no PG-13. That girl had a handful of jizz.
She did. I'm not lying. If you guys go read Chainsaw Man, she did, and she was just like, oh, so it was just hilarious. So pretty much, you guys don't know, people get their bodies taken over, kind of like possession. Like Chainsaw is pretty much like possession of like a devil. So the War Devil just took over Asa. That's one of the main characters, assisting main characters other than Denji, and she ends up getting her body taken over. It's like, this boy, let me try raising him up, and next thing you know, and she just like it switches back to the real character Asa. She's like, and he was like, oh. I've seen some wild, mature animes, but that one was crazy. Speaking of that...
Hey, when you upload this to YouTube, make sure it's not set for kids.
Yeah, I always do that. Majority of my videos are usually set for not for kids, but yeah, this is definitely not for kids. Well, I don't know why, but have you ever like go on Reddit and ask people like, what's your favorite waifu?
The general response is REM.
I feel like it's always REM, but old school will always be Ria's Grimory. Why do you think that?
Ria's Grimory?
Yeah.
From...
You
that talking name from High School DD?
Yes.
Well, obviously, because it's the only anime that any 13-year-old can watch that sees tits.
He's not lying. Like, literally, they show nipples, too. They do.
It's not the typical, like, hair covering.
They almost show everything.
Fog going over. No, it's... High School DD is one of the only animes you can watch on Crunchyroll that has titties. Or Netflix.
I think it was up until season 4 when they started kind of covering things a little bit more. But
I think because, like, at that point they had the fan base. They didn't need it. Yeah. That's always kind of been also my problem in movies and TV shows and things like that as a whole, right? Like, so I don't have a problem with nudity, right? Like, I don't. My problem is when shows use nudity to draw a fan base and then deviate away from that.
Fire Force. Fire Force.
Fire Force, or even the TV show Black Sails. Because, like, the first 2 seasons were full of, like, tits, ass, and dick. And then by, like, the 3rd season, they're not even insinuating that anymore. It's like, so they had their fan base by season 3, and they're just like, oh, we don't need this anymore. It's like, the pirates. They're pirates. They rape and pillage.
It's true.
And now you're deviating away from that because you want it to be more PG. That's like going, hey, we have all these Viking raiders that all they did was... Is that on timer?
I think you might have did, because I was about to say, I don't think you sat on the remote, but...
I don't even know where the remote would be.
Oh, shit. You're going to have to turn that off. This microphone picks up everything. Just barely tap it, gently. There you go. All right. The fan just got haunted.
But, shit. But no, it's one of those things where it's like they use TNA. For those that don't know what TNA is, tits and ass. They use TNA to get people involved in something, and like they have that go on for a long period of time, and then eventually they cut it out completely because they only have a fan base, and they expect the fan base to stick around, right? Which is 9 times out of 10 gonna work, but
I feel like Fairy Tail is definitely a candidate too, especially with...
I don't think so, because Fairy Tail never actually showed any nudity. It insinuated it.
I'm like the fan service like aspect a little bit.
But I mean, they've never deviated from fan service.
True.
Look at Lucy. Any fucking episode, she's like half-ass naked, but not fully naked.
How do they even get away with this? That's what I mean.
Skillfully.
It's just they just produce it.
Just go on Crunchyroll, look up fan service. There's like 250 animes you could watch. If all you want to do is look at bouncing boobs, you're going to see them. You're just not going to see them actually be boobs. It's always going to be covered by hair or covered by fog or mist or water, which, I'm sorry, you show me water that actually hides nipple.
Yep.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
That is defying laws of physics. Because water, you can see through it. So, but I mean, you gotta think about it. At least they do a good job legally wise on that aspect.
Well, they have to. If they want it to be aired on primetime episodes of anime.
For real. Did you hear about Regular Show? Oh no, this is off topic. Did you hear about Regular Show? Have you seen Regular Show? It was
is that one with like the bird dude? And
yeah.
Beaver.
Yeah, that show apparently is coming back. It's just, I mean, it's just...
To me, that's like Rick and Morty, and I'm not a big Rick and Morty fan. So it's
I'm not either. I'm surprisingly not.
I mean, the thing of it is it tries to be too offensive, but not offensive. Like, it tries to be politically correct, but offensive at the same time. And it's just like, the show never grasped to me because it's just like, and mind you, I tried watching the first season like 6 times. Just can't.
Did you watch Dragon Ball Daima?
I've not watched the first episode.
I thought you would have watched it by now.
No, because I wait for multiple episodes to be out. I don't like watching week by week.
Okay.
Right, that's why I don't watch like I'm caught up on One Piece to the first time he went Gear 5th. but I'm not caught up to what's currently going on because like if I'm gonna watch something, I want to be able to watch like 50 episodes of something, or like the first season, and not be like watch 20 minutes of it and then have to wait a week for 20 more minutes.
True.
And, like I want to wait. I'd rather wait 3 months and watch 4 hours, and then wait 3 months to watch 4 more hours than I would to like.
True.
To sit in that. That's why I didn't watch JJK when it was like coming out week by week. That's why I don't watch any animes that come out week by week.
He's seen it on YouTube, the added cut of on the Blu-ray disc of having people like Vincent Chance or pop off in the animation of Sukuna vs. Maruga. He's seen it on YouTube, but he hasn't like seen it like because I got a Blu-ray DVD player. I was like, hey man, you need to watch it. I can set it up for you out there. He's like, no, I'll watch it. I was like, just watch it. It's different when you got a Blu-ray now. But what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Okay, you know how like you all go through that phase, like that crime scene phase. Have you ever had a favorite crime scene anime? I know what mine's is, and I love it. I have seen like every anime and almost every movie of it.
No, I don't. So I tend to stick to one of like 4 types of anime.
Yeah.
Right? Isekai, animes like Dragon Ball. So where like the main character just always like seems to power up in the middle of a fight. And then like heartfelt animes. And then the 4th type of anime I tend to watch will tend to be like things like JJK, where it's like it's more of a shock factor than it is anything else. Like you think about JJK in a sense, it's like your first season of JJK, the main character Yuji Itadori gets his heart ripped out.
Literally.
Right? Like that's a shock factor anime. Right? There's nothing that really goes on in JJK other than shock factor. Right, so who can we like kind of kill off, but not kill off, or fully kill off to give a shock factor? So it's like shock factor animes like that in a sense, like with JJK or anything else like that. Which, by the way, like I don't know why everybody went off on the fucking rail saying like, oh, the final fucking chapter of JJK manga was like fire. The fuck was that ending?
Oh boy!
Like spoiler alert if you haven't read it. The fuck was that ending?
Oh man, it was pretty much a. It
was pretty much. I don't know what the fuck to write, so I'm gonna just put shit out.
That and it was pretty much a Disney ending to what most people say.
I felt no. Disney ending. A Disney spoiler. Stop now. Don't watch. Disney ending would have been Satoru Gojo walking back up and be like, "Ode."
True. Well, hasn't there been something like there's been certain characters in Disney where they're one of the favorite characters hasn't came back?
Go ahead, tell me. I'll wait.
It's the Moana, that movie.
Moana?
Yeah.
Who didn't come back?
She didn't.
She did.
She's a mountain or something. They said the Lord.
You're talking about Tafiti, not Moana. Yeah. Moana was the girl that sailed the ship and grabbed Rock.
Yeah.
Or Maui, and sailed him over to return the heart of Tafiti, who turned back into a mountain. That was Tafiti.
Oh, okay.
Who was also Taka.
Oh, yeah, Tafiti then. I'm not a Disney
This
person.
Motherfucker.
I don't watch Disney, so...
No. The Disney ending, everything works out perfectly and no one sacrifices other than the villain. Right? So, like, in that sense, Sukuna would have been the villain, and everybody else that died in the process of fighting Sukuna would have came back and been like, oh, hey, everybody, we're back.
If you guys don't notice, hold up. Oh, you see that tattoo right there? Yes. I am a Sukuna fan.
Yeah, he should have got a Gojo tattoo over Sukuna. Because after I fucking reamed his ass out about why Sukuna's a piece of shit.
But then I could just easily say, well, he did get sliced in half.
Oh, yeah. Mr. I'm so brokenly powerful, I need 2 other people to help me to beat one guy.
Exactly. This man used 10 shadows, he used Ten Shadows, his curse techniques, Shikigami, he used pretty much everything. He pretty much used everything.
Sukuna has to be, and again, this is going to get off topic here, Sukuna has to be the worst villain I've ever heard of in anime. The entire hype behind him, King of Curses, the strongest motherfucker on the face of existence when it comes to curses. And he could have one-shot everyone, but decided not to be his own demise.
Classic Shonen Jump.
First of all, Gigi.
Classic.
If you were going to write this fucking anime right...
Yeah.
I'm going to call him Gigi at this point because he's a dumbass. You should have just had Sukuna win.
This is going to be raw and unfiltered.
Sukuna should have won.
I'm uploading this.
Yes.
No editing.
Yeah, no editing. Sukuna should have won. Everyone should have died. And then you could have wrote JJK 2, where a new generation of cursed users beat Sukuna. Would have been much better than this. Oh, hey, look, I beat Gojo, but then got my ass kicked by, like, 9 people. Because instead of just, like, one-tapping everyone like I did Gojo, I dragged it out like a dumbass.
True. And yes, you guys, he did. And he was actually way stronger, too. Like, actually, like, fully, like, in his manifested form.
Oh, look, I don't have one finger, but I got 19.
And I have all 4 of my arms. And hollow whisker basket.
But I can't beat this fucking scrub.
Yuji.
It made no sense. Like, there are so many ways that they could have wrote JJK better that it would have made the anime and manga so much better. Fuck it. Leave Satoru Gojo locked up in the fucking cube. Don't break him the fuck out. Let Sukuna run rampage. Then have Satoru Gojo come out and fight him. And then Yuji sneak up behind him and beat his ass. And Gojo still die there. Because it was the sacrifice that needed to happen in order for fucking Sukuna to be beaten. But it's like, Gojo died for nothing. Yuta sacrificed his body for nothing, only for them to, like, change at the last second. It's like, the entire, like, what was it, 662 to 669, it's like, Yuta's gonna die. There's nothing we can do about it. The second that 5-minute manifestation of Riki is off, it's over. And then, like, oh, never mind. I mean, she just was able to maintain my body while I did this shit.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here!
It was, pretty much rushed, and people were trying to piece it together, and
it was the dumbest shit.
It really was. But, you know, speaking on that, if you guys out there, if you guys ever think that Toji is stronger than Maki, you are sadly mistaken. Toji. I'm just being honest with you guys. Like, I don't know if there's any, like, discussions out there, but the man is spazzing out. Bruh. He don't know who Toji is.
I don't remember who Toji is. I remember Toda.
You should know he killed your favorite character brutally. In season 1, season 2, like the first couple of episodes, he like brutally killed Gojo. That's who Toji is.
In season 2?
Season 2, the first couple of episodes, Toji, the guy who killed your favorite character Gojo, brutally. He has heavenly restriction. It's really not ringing no bell. Look at him.
It isn't. He's just because Gojo died to Sukuna.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
With Mahito.
I'm saying though, but I'm comparing, like, if people would ever say Toji would still beat Maki, you're delusional. So you remember Toji, right?
No, I don't remember Toji.
So
what's Toji's ability?
Heavenly restriction.
What is heavenly restriction?
God damn it. Heavenly restriction, so instead of you having, like, cursed energy, it's just all your physical prowess is the substitute for that.
What's Toji look like?
Toji?
Hold on, I'll Google it real quick.
I can't believe he forgot. Like, he was actually one of, like, a lot of people's favorite characters. He was actually one of my favorite characters, like, that doesn't have...
Oh!
Yeah.
Fushiguro's dad?
Yeah.
Do you mean the guy that was already dead?
Yeah. Because I saw a while
ago. Like put a bullet in his own head to save his son?
Yeah. A lot of people... I saw
fucking Toji versus Maki? Are you serious?
Yeah, because I saw an old post, like an old post when JJK Season 2 was coming out weekly. They was like, guys, Toji was still outbeat Maki by like 2%. And here's my deal. Guys, he went against Gojo when, yes, he was potentially climbing and getting stronger. And then he mastered the technique. As where you have Maki who went against Sukuna, fully reincarnated, took 3 black flashes, and went multiple rounds to live to tell the tale that, yes, I threw hands with literally the strongest and fucking survived. Where I had a big ass hole out of me and cut out. Think about that, right? Let's just think. I didn't die. My enemy was way fucking stronger than you. And people still say, well, Toji would still beat Maki. What kind of shit is that? She was literally going toe to toe with him and took 3.
Pretty easy to say a dead man can beat somebody that's still alive.
Exactly. She took 3 black flashes from the strongest sorcerer and still was able to get up and hide, retreat, battle.
Let's be honest. I don't remember his name. Is it Hey He?
Who?
The chick's little brother.
The
one that can like teleport people in and out of the fight.
Oh, Ui.
Yeah. He's the real MVP of that.
He really is. That man was like teleporting people? Like just
in and out. Like oh, they're almost dead. Out.
Speaking of that.
Almost dead out.
Yeah. Think about this. This is the first character that I think I've seen that is so greedy with money and they actually survive. It's crazy how she actually survived. And she only cared about money. And that was it.
I'm just saying, it's like realistically, if you could take 100 chapters away from fucking JJK, if Sukuna had just like bitch slapped the kid that couldn't do shit.
Yep.
One tap his ass, and now that like Sukuna just wins.
Yep.
Talk about fucking plot armor.
Has there? I don't even know of any anime where the character just one tap, unless it was One Punch Man maybe.
I mean, One Punch Man.
It's like close to it. I don't know any other animes that was just like, yeah, I'm just about to one tap you.
And that's always been a problem I've had with a lot of animes in a sense, right? Like you get a character that like got this massive power boost. Exactly. And like 2 episodes later, there's somebody that's just 3 times stronger than him, and he's got to go through another fucking level up experience.
Exactly. Like it's
like I just want like in a sense like in Dragon Ball, right? A character to show up and Goku just be like, huh? Oh, you thought so?
That would be very satisfying to see.
Like it doesn't have to be a great villain. It could just be a shit villain. Like fuck. Emperor Pilaf. Emperor Pilaf's always like been a fucking problem, and suddenly in Dragon Ball Super he now works for Bulma, but like still Emperor Pilaf shows up and Goku's just like, that all you got? Oh, that is. Oh shit, my bad. Maybe I should have like pulled my punch. That would have been that'd be great. Any anime can fucking pull it off. Instead, all we get is just like main character. Ass beat for 10 episodes. 2 episodes of recovery. Beats the other person's ass for the next 4 episodes.
Speaking of that, I think I know one anime to where like the characters, they were already freakishly strong. One elevated their power, and then the other one elevated their power, and then it was just a skill of just raw physical like power and prowess and skills in one.
Is that Moonlight?
It feels I feel like that anime is Fog Hill of 5 Elements. If you guys have ever seen that, because we know that the Yin Xuan, the main character, he is. I think that is right. I think so. Yeah, I think that is how you say it. He's already kind of god level strong, but when it's always someone there stronger, he can still throw hands with them even though they're not in full power. But then when they go full powered, he always, like, okay, well, I need to go full power too. And then it has a stalemate of like just raw combat of like, I'm dodging this attack, I'm dodging this powerful attack. But then it comes down to raw skills and opening with chance and opportunity that I like about it, you know, because it's like, boom, I land this powerful punch, or I completely